voiceover is what it's called. And it's under the window menu. You bring up the record voiceover. You get a little pop-up. Oh yeah, right here, see that? So that's listening to us right now. So now what I can do is I can find the spot where I want to start recording. Let's say, let's say right here. I want to record there. 2, 1, and then you say something. You're narrating it, and then you click on it again, and that stops. And then that's where it puts your voiceover, right underneath it. Now here's what's tricky. See what it did to the music? It lowers it for you, and it comes up. Yeah. So, to kind of review that, in your settings up here, you put your playhead where you want it. You select the little microphone to bring up your audio sections. Now, wherever the playhead is where it's going to start recording. So you press the record button, and it'll count you down. 3, 2, 1, and now it's recording, and you're talking, and you're recording, and you can see it adding on. You press delete.
Otherwise, you have 2 voices. That would like
The music and voices.
Yeah, it would overlap.
Same thing, right?
Here's another thing you can do is sometimes what you end up having is a situation where you are let's say you have this music going on, right? But let's say this wasn't footage of a bunny. This was footage of a wedding. And the best man is giving a speech right now. And I don't want the music of that I put over to play over his speech. I want actually for it to lower down so I can hear his speech. What I can do is with the clip that has his speech selected, so that's the first thing you have to do, right? You have to make sure you split it so you get the part of him giving the speech by itself. Remember how we did earlier when we split this one? So you would set your playhead and you would do modify split. Yeah. Okay, so let's try it. So let's say that, here, let's find a good one. Okay, so let's say that from here to here is the best man giving his speech. So I'll select that portion. I'll do modify split clip. Splits it there. And this is where his speech ends. So I'll click, do modify, split clip, and now I have his speech isolated. And what I can do is, again, it's under the little music, the audio settings. There's this checkbox that says lower volume of other clips. And I can tell it how much to lower it. I can have it lowered all the way. You can have it lowered part of the way. And you'll only know after you play, right? So you'll play it and you'll realize okay, you'll realize, okay, maybe I could put in a little bit more of the music in there, right? So I'll select the clip again, and I'll tell it, you know what, keep the music up a little bit. And then I'll play it again. So you start filling. What if you want to use 2 songs?
Yeah, 2 songs. Yeah,
Okay.
I have 10 minutes and I have just 5 and 5 minutes in one more
Question.
clip.
It's very similar to how you do video clips, only that you're doing them 1 layer lower, right? So let's say after Brown Eyed Girl wanted to play a different song, right? So what I could do, and I'm going to use this example because sometimes this happens too. Let's say at the very end, for this last bit of text, I want to use a different song. So you see what I did there? I took the edge of it, and I could lengthen it and shorten it. I'm going to shorten it, and I'm going to have a different song. Let's see, any other good songs here? I don't know. I don't think we have very good music selection here. Let's say I'll do this, More Than a Feeling. Right? And let's say I want to do that big part, the crescendo, Yeah, that part. And you can tell by looking at it, right? You can tell where the big parts of the song are, right? So I'm going to select that part. And, you know, I'm going to keep it short just because I don't want to go too far beyond it, right? And I'll drag it down. So you drag it down right after. You can even make it cross over a little bit if you'd like to. That's fine. Yeah, here, let's see what it does. So let's play it.
Oh, it's not great, yeah.
It's not great, but what you can do with the audio is you see each audio bit has a little circle at the end. You see a little circle? Tiny little thing there? You can take that circle, and if you drag it left, see how it creates a fade out? Drag it to right, it shortens it, lengthens it. So you can create a fade out. And then the same way at the beginning, you can create a fade in. So if you make it fade in, and make this one fade out, now you got something good. It's better, right? So yeah. I accidentally put it in twice, so I'll get rid of the first one. Okay. And again, I double click in here, and I can edit it. So I'll put in starring, Zorro. Well, let's not do that. Just see how that text came up big? If I click down here, let's see. Zorro. I need to learn how to spell. I can highlight it. And then up here I still have my font options. This thing is broken. Okay. Okay. I'll make it a little smaller, that way you can see the difference. Maybe I'll put in edited Carlos. Right? So I'll put that in. And I play it.
Why is it so close together?
Let's find out.
It's sizes.
Maybe
Size?
I'll put in more space. Let's try it now. Okay, so I have to make my music longer, right? Well, we can do that. This thing keeps thinking I'm trying to click. Okay. Up here you have access to your iPhoto library. And I can browse by events, or I can browse by albums. People put in their own photos in here all the time. If I browse by events, I can look at each individual event, pick out a photo I want, and as you would imagine, just like with anything else, you just drag it down and place it exactly where you want. So we'll do this one since it's silly. I'll put it wherever I want, right? It doesn't matter. You can drag it exactly where you want. This little effect is called the Ken Burns effect. No, let me see what's up with this iPhoto library. So we know how to bring them in from iPhoto, right? But let's say that I have this picture of other bunnies eating hay. I don't know.
Not as cute.
No, they're not. What's this thing? Won't let me drag it there, so I'll drag it into iPhoto. There we go.
Oh, you need to put an iPhoto, right?
Yes, you do. You do. Because then, if I can get this thing to work, once it's in iPhoto, I can then go to my events in my iPhoto library here, and it's in iMovie. And I can put it in exactly where I want it. Right? See this little effect, how it's moving? That's called the Ken Burns